right, welcome back. I know you guys are all thinking, why is that vest so cool? Just kidding, I'm sure you guys are actually all thinking, Dougie Eats is back. Where did he go? Where has he been? Well, before I tell you that, how about we go quickly and show you how I acquired what is in this package. It's a lively day in the Big Apple. You already know we're on the way to McDonald's. It's gonna be exciting. I got a bad feeling they'll be out. I'll keep you posted. My glasses, yes, they're very uneven.
Walking to McDonald's, and yes, my jeans are a bit too snug, I just realized, but nonetheless. Also, look, it's another guy in a vest. Vest must be pretty cool. Oh, now I have my McDonald's. I must have gotten it. Proof that I was there.
Well, as you can see, they have the snack wraps. So, pretty pumped about that. You can also see I thought I fixed my glasses. I'm starting to think otherwise after looking. But anyways, let's go. Super excited. You know, sometimes things go right in life, not often, but this is one of those times. Well, that was not as long as the video as I thought because I didn't record as much as I thought I would. Probably because of the crippling fear of people looking at me in the streets. Anyways, here we go. I'm very excited to review these McDonald's chicken snack wraps. As many of you guys know, I am some would say connoisseur, some would say, fanboy. Many might say stan of McDonald's, and maybe at one point I was. But it's been a long time. It's been 3+ years since I made a review. Lots changed. Where have I been? Well, I've been living my life. I've been living the moment. I've been living out of the moment. I've been portraying things. I've been showing things. I've been not showing things. I've been doing everything in my power to live life. So that's what I've been doing. I hope that was specific enough for you. But I'm just excited to review these chicken snack wraps for you guys today. And to be very thorough, I try to be thorough. As you know, I got a spicy one. Give that to the camera. I got a spicy one just because I feel like you need both, right? You have to do both. And I got a normal one. So I got a spicy one, I got a normal one. Just want to let everyone know who's new to this channel, it's been a long time. It's one take. I might forward things up if I'm chewing. I'm not gonna cut things. I'm just gonna tell you my honest thoughts about these McDonald's chicken snack wraps as I indulge in them. I should probably take this gum out of my mouth. Example number one, not gonna cut this. Cool. Took the gum out of my mouth. So first I'm gonna try is the normal snack wrap. Now, I do wanna let everybody know that I typically will ask for light ranch, I'll ask for ranch on the side. I grew up a picky eater, so that's a background about me that some of you might not know, many of you might. I also want to preface this because I keep hearing noises. I do live in a luxury penthouse suite, a 2,500 square foot single bedroom apartment. As you can tell, no, I'm just kidding. I'm actually, I was at the office today for work, and I decided, I saw the chicken snack wraps were open, even though I already knew. And I wanted to get one right after work, and I got one right after work, and it had to be right in my office. And it just so happens that I wanted to have a true experience for it to still be hot, so I came back to the office. So that's where I am. So because of that, you might hear someone who typically comes in to clean. I often work late because I'm just such a hard worker. So you might hear someone who, cleans come in, because that's happened to me while I've worked late before. So if that happens, I'll stay on camera, likely, because there's not much I wouldn't do for this video. But without further ado, thing is, I just dropped 2 pieces of lettuce, so I picked both up. I would never sacrifice the integrity of this space for a video, so I'm throwing these in the trash can right next to me right now. Found the other piece. All right, let me just make sure all the lettuce is inside. Let me just I'm gonna put the napkin on myself, okay? Here we go. I'm sorry, that really brings me back. So, as a young child and through my young adult, or I should say tweenhood, I was into sports, right? The typical, stereotypical, I should say, American sports: football, basketball, baseball. Wasn't very good at any. I think I was better at some than some think, but I also would say I wasn't as good as as prosperous. I didn't hit my growth spurt yet. We're leaving it at that, amongst other things. Anyways, I played, even though I wasn't very good, I still played travel, so we were always traveling. Traveling to different cities, and oftentimes it'd be right after school for me and right after work for my parents or something. So what would we do? We would drive to McDonald's and we would get, I was a picky eater, a snack wrap. Because it sounded healthy. There was cheese and lettuce and tortilla, carbs. And I would, it sounded better than chicken tenders. I would always get no ranch, like I said. I didn't know there was ranch in this one. But that that taste was so nostalgic. Like the taste actually, I would honestly say that first bite, the taste is very similar. I'm gonna have another one. I have other thoughts on other things, but the taste really brings you back. It's an exciting feeling. As I make this, I think to myself, I used to make these videos in college. I feel like I would have had more puns dropped by now. I haven't said too many puns yet. I feel like am I not as witty? They do say you lose creativity as you age. So I wonder if I'm not as witty. I don't know if I'm not as witty. I might not be as witty. Anywho, second bite, I would honestly say to you, and if people disagree with me, I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there, even though I'm making this day one, whether or not I edit it tonight, it's really just gonna depend on if my phone is charged. But it'll be out there soon. Hopefully it's day one. I believe it's July. Why am I checking my watch? It doesn't have the date, but it's in July. I think it's 10th today, maybe. Whatever it is, the day that is the first day that we make wraps. Anyways, so I really do think the taste is pretty spot on. The texture of the tortilla, very spot on. The amount of cheese in the tortilla and the size of the shredded cheese, very spot on. It's not the very shredded cheeses. It's not the very thick ones you also get. I believe those are, the brand is forgetting me right now. But anyways, the texture is very good for tortilla, and cheese, lettuce is lettuce, I would say. Chicken tender, I knew this was gonna be the case, right? Taste spot on. The original chicken selects, and technically these aren't called selects anymore, they're called tenders. But the original chicken selects is what was in the original McDonald's McChicken wrap. Those are crispier. Like that was their staple. Those were crispy chicken tenders. You can see here that the McDonald's chicken tender is not currently as crispy. That's just, I would say, the new style, right? Chick-fil-A kind of started. It's more thin breading. It's still breading. It's still lightly fried. It's thinner, less crispy. That's okay. I knew that was coming in, so that's the only critique. Not even critique. I still like it, but that's the only difference, I would say, from the normal chicken snack wrap, or should I say normal? I should say original, right? Normal is a relative term, and everyone has a different version of that, which is amazing, which is what makes life so great, right? Yeah, so I would have very little critique about this. I would also say too, as someone who doesn't love ranch and likes light ranch, this is not overfilled with ranch. So I think that's a good thing. I think even people who like ranch will think that's a good thing. You can really get to experience all the flavors. So that being said, I'm gonna try the spicy one now. Honestly, the number one flying colors. The spicy one, what I'm expecting is a spicy chicken tender with the exact same everything else. Interesting. Okay, wow. That was not what I expected. Wow. You know what? You live to be as old as I am. You see new things every day, right? Jeez. That is spicy. That is for me, right? Here's the thing, I was wrong clearly. I've been wrong many times in my life, and oftentimes I'll admit it. Most times I will. Actually, when have I not admitted being wrong? I can't think of many times where I haven't admitted being wrong, even if it was after the fact, if I truly believed it. And I truly believe it right now. I was wrong. I don't believe it was a spicy chicken tender. I know for a fact that the ranch was our normal ranch. the main source of the spice, whether the chicken tender spicy or not, I don't think it is. I'm gonna look it up after this and throw a comment down there. Shoot me a comment if you know. I think it's a normal chicken tender. I think the only difference here is the spicy sauce. I'm okay with that. Me personally, gosh, it's such a tough choice. I think me personally, I would like a spicy chicken tender, which I don't know if McDonald's does. Like I said, it's been a while. I still eat McDonald's, not as much as I used to. If you know me, you know I used to go a lot. Back when the McChicken was $1. When it moved up to $1.29, I still did that decently often. Once it got up to the $1.89 range, I stopped. Look, I get it. I'm not hating on McDonald's. I'm sure that they tried to do things to industry standard for current points of potential inflation. I'm not an economic expert, so I don't know exactly what those percentages are. But that's when I kind of stopped with the McChicken, right? The dollar fries aren't every day in the app. Now it's like Fry Friday, which I still appreciate. If you want to know a good deal, you know what? This is all gonna be about McDonald's. Maybe I'll make another video. Because I have changed I still like McDonald's the best as fast food, probably, when it comes to true fast food, like the big three, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. But there's some other deals out there, to be honest. Back to the chicken wrap, same thing, right? This one honestly seemed like it had more sauce, and it's probably just because it's spicy, so I noticed it more. But yeah, so I would honestly say, when it comes to this review, the whole point of the video, well, first off, I want to say to everyone watching, I know it's been a while since I posted, right? I didn't post that much to begin with, and that's on me. Do I foresee myself posting again on this account? Likely before my time on this earth comes to an end. I think it's a fun account. I like to eat food. In the past, I think I did more challenges for eating. Gosh darn it, there's a freaking bug around here. A fly, I killed it. In the past, I did more challenges, which meant eating in bulk. Eating in bulk is tough because you have to plan your day around it. Sometimes you're weak, right? As an athlete, I was in college. Do I still consider myself an athlete now? Maybe even more. In different ways. Can I jump as high? No. Not that I jumped that high in the first place, relatively, compared to my peers. In some points. Anyways, I'm not reliving the past. I can run longer now, slightly. I can definitely swim more. So I would say I would still consider myself an athlete in my older age. Where was I going with that? I believe I was talking about, planning your week around it. So my old videos, I would always do eating challenges, and you can watch them. I have a pizza challenge where I ate 2 pizzas in less than 10 minutes. Jack's Pizzas, so hard. I attempted to eat, this one hurts. This was my first ever video. I still think about it to this day when I attempted to eat 50 chicken nuggets. Success is such a hard word. I didn't get the outcome that I wanted. It's okay. Anyways, the reason I bring this up is I might make more videos. I just can't do the challenges anymore because it just leads you to a slippery slope of you either have to plan your day or week around it, or you don't, and then you eat way too much, and then you feel, disgusting the next day. Or if you do it too often over a certain period of time, you might gain some poundage. Your face might get bloated. Your skin might break out, and other things. So, yeah. So maybe I will go back to making more videos. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I'm having fun doing this today. I think I'll have fun editing it tonight. But life is a beautiful thing. I truly do believe that these chicken snack wraps, when it comes to rating it out of 10, I'm gonna rate it out of comparison to the previous snack wrap, right? And what I'm gonna rate that's pretty darn high. Only because in my personal opinion now, I was young when the other snack wrap was out. It's literally a 10 to me besides the crispiness of the select tender, because it's not technically a select tender. I'm gonna rate it a 9.6, slightly above a 9.5, to give it that respect and say, look, darn near perfect. When it comes to actual taste-wise, I would honestly rate it taste-wise just a firm excuse me for that. I'm gonna wipe off my hands. There just happened to be a piece of lettuce on my hands. I didn't want it to fall. I would honestly rate the taste. Obviously it's all objective. it's just, what am I comparing it to, right? There's not many. I feel like this is the gold star. This is what you compare other snack wraps to. I'm not gonna give it a rating. I'm just gonna say for all future snack wraps, it's gonna be compared to McDonald's, whether it's higher or lower, and eventually we'll come up with ratings if I do more of these. But nonetheless, so those are my ratings of McDonald's snack wrap. You know, we talked a lot today. We had a lot of philosophical conversations. Excuse me there. Like I said, I don't cut things. I talk to my audience whilst I eat the food, or whilst, you know, I know it's been a while. But I feel good about it. I'm really happy I got these wraps tonight. I'm gonna proceed to eat them after this video is over. Not in the office. I'll probably take them home, maybe even reheat them and see if they're as good reheated. But yeah, just remember when you're going to McDonald's, you know, things are gonna change. Prices are gonna get higher. Maybe they'll get lower one day. That'd be pretty awesome, depending on factors and things. But you have to remember that when you're there, picture yourself in a car on the way to a sporting event, whatever your car is to you. Maybe it's a bike, maybe it's an electric scooter, probably not back in the day. Maybe it's a normal scooter. And whatever your sporting event is to you. Maybe your car and sporting event is riding your bike to the chess club and you would get a McDonald's snack wrap. So next time you go to McDonald's and you get one of these, think about your car and sporting events and how it takes you back and how appreciative you are of how far you came. Because no matter what you're doing right now, I can guarantee you that you couldn't have done it 15 years ago. And I'll leave it at that. I should probably end. Thank you. Yeah. All right.